In the vast and merciless expanse of the galaxy, where empires rise and fall by the sword, even the smallest mistake can prove deadly. The Galactic Empire, confident in its power and control, arrested a lone human soldier on what seemed like a routine scouting mission. What they didn't know was that this was no ordinary soldier. He was a Marine Scout sniper, trained in the harshest environments on Earth, a ghost in the shadows capable of turning the tide of battle with a single shot. His capture was supposed to be an easy victory, but it quickly became their worst nightmare. Behind cold prison walls, surrounded by alien guards who underestimated him, the sniper bided his time, silently preparing for the perfect moment to strike. With unmatched patience and deadly precision, he transformed captivity into a battlefield, dismantling his enemies one by one, leaving no trace but the eerie sound of silence before death. This is the story of how a single human soldier outsmarted an entire galactic empire, proving that even in the darkest corners of the universe, humanity's resilience and skill can never be ignored. The capture. The galaxy was vast, a tapestry of star systems interconnected by fragile treaties, trade routes, and simmering conflicts. Among the most powerful factions was the Galactic Empire, a vast authoritarian regime spanning hundreds of worlds. Known for its advanced military technology and iron-fisted control, the Empire had one primary goal: to stamp out rebellion and secure its dominion. The silent strike, after disappearing into the wild, harsh landscapes of Vraxis Prime, Jake knew his survival depended not only on evasion, but on turning the tables. The Empire's forces were technologically superior, but their arrogance was their weakness. Jake established a hidden base in a natural cavern system, camouflaged by dense alien flora and mineral formations. Using scavenged tech from his brief imprisonment and his own Earth-issue equipment, he began constructing makeshift traps and surveillance devices. His experience as a scout sniper had taught him to use the environment as a force multiplier. Every rock, shadow, and sound could be an ally. Meanwhile, the Galactic Empire increased their patrols, deploying armored walkers and sensor drones to scour the terrain. But Jake moved like a ghost, rarely seen and never caught. His every movement was calculated, conserving energy and striking only when the odds were in his favor. One night, under the twin moons of Vraxis Prime, Jake intercepted an armored convoy carrying elite troops destined to reinforce the Empire's front lines. Using his long-range sniper rifle, modified with alien alloy rounds scavenged from the prison armory, he picked off key soldiers, communications officers, squad leaders, and heavy weapons operators. His shots were silent, precise, and fatal. The convoy descended into chaos as soldiers scrambled to find the invisible assassin. Jake used the confusion to set off explosives near the convoy's supply crates, severing their reinforcement capabilities. The Empire's grip on the region weakened, the Empire's response. The Galactic Empire's high command was furious. Jake Morgan was no longer a prisoner or simple insurgent. He had become a symbol of resistance, an uncontrollable variable in their plans. In a rare display of desperation, the Empire dispatched their most elite unit, the Black Talons, a squad of genetically enhanced soldiers trained in counterinsurgency and assassination. Each member was equipped with cutting-edge bioarmor, neural enhancers, and adaptive cloaking technology. The Black Talons were sent to Vraxis Prime with orders to capture or eliminate Jake Morgan at all costs. Unbeknownst to them, Jake had anticipated this. Using intercepted transmissions, he learned of their arrival weeks before. He prepared an ambush in a narrow canyon known as the Serpent's Maw, a natural kill zone with towering cliffs and limited maneuvering space. As the Black Talons advanced, Jake used a combination of sniper tactics, guerrilla warfare, and the natural terrain to his advantage. One by one, the elite soldiers fell to his calculated attacks, some caught in explosive traps, others eliminated by silent headshots. Despite their advanced enhancements, the Black Talons were unprepared for Jake's resourcefulness and raw human determination. An unexpected ally amid the chaos, Jake encountered a surprising ally, an alien defector named Lysar, a former Imperial technician disillusioned, on the outskirts of the Empire's frontier, a border planet named Vraxis Prime was a hotspot of covert activity. It was here that a small specialized human reconnaissance unit was deployed. Their mission was simple: gather intelligence on alien troop movements and relay data back to Earth Command. The galaxy might be full of powerful alien species, but Earth's military had trained their scout snipers to adapt, survive, and strike from the shadows. Private First Class Jake Morgan was one such soldier, a Marine scout sniper with years of experience operating behind enemy lines. His training was rigorous. Months of survival courses in deserts, jungles, and Arctic tundras on Earth, combined with advanced marksmanship and psychological resilience. Yet, nothing had fully prepared him for the cold, alien landscapes of Vraxis Prime. As Jake maneuvered through the dense metallic forests near an enemy encampment, he scanned the horizon for patrols. The Galactic Empire's soldiers were notoriously vigilant, their technology superior to anything on Earth, equipped with advanced sensors and automated drones. Jake's stealth and cunning were his best allies. Suddenly, a faint hum grew louder, the telltale sound of a scout drone. With no time to hide, Jake fired a single precise shot that disabled the drone mid-air. But the noise had already alerted nearby troops. The area erupted into chaos as heavily armed soldiers poured out from bunkers and patrols, their blaster rifles blazing. Jake knew the odds were against him. Despite his best efforts, the superior numbers and technology overwhelmed the small team, accompanying him. After a fierce firefight, he was captured, wounded, but alive. The Galactic Empire's soldiers bound his hands and dragged him to their central outpost. The prisoner, inside the Empire's detention facility, Jake was treated as just another prisoner of war, a human soldier easily dismissed as a mere insurgent. Alien guards, towering and heavily armored, escorted him into a stark cell, barely larger than a coffin. The air was thick with cold metallic sterility, punctuated by distant mechanical echoes. Jake's captors believed they had subdued a threat. What they didn't realize was that Jake Morgan was not an ordinary infantryman. He was a Marine scout sniper, trained to survive in isolation, to observe and eliminate targets with deadly efficiency. Days passed. Jake spent his time carefully observing the routines of his guards, memorizing their shifts, habits, and weaknesses. Despite limited resources, he covertly examined the cell's structure, searching for any vulnerabilities or tools he could repurpose. One night, while the facility systems underwent a routine maintenance cycle, Jake managed to fashion a makeshift knife from a broken piece of metal scavenged from the cell's walls. His patience was infinite. Every small action was a calculated risk toward a greater goal: escape. Silent Predator. Meanwhile, word of the capture spread through the Galactic Empire's ranks. The prisoner was labeled Human Scout, but no one anticipated his capabilities. Overconfident, the Empire scheduled routine interrogations, expecting to extract intelligence easily. Jake sat calmly during questioning. His silence was a psychological tactic. Alien officers, frustrated by his stoicism, resorted to intimidation and threats, but Jake remained unmoved. Inside, he was preparing for the inevitable breakout. Weeks later, during a transfer to a higher security wing, Jake executed his plan. Using the makeshift knife, he incapacitated a guard silently and donned the guard's armor to disguise himself. Moving with calculated stealth, he navigated the labyrinthine corridors, eliminating threats one by one with precise, silent shots from a smuggled sniper rifle he had assembled piece by piece from stolen components. The Empire's elite soldiers fell like dominoes, bewildered by the unseen attacker who could strike with deadly accuracy from shadows. By the time alarms blared, Jake had already disappeared into the outer wastelands of Vraxis Prime. The hunter becomes the hunted now. A fugitive, Jake relied on all his training to evade the Empire's relentless pursuit. He used guerrilla tactics, setting traps, employing camouflage, and exploiting terrain advantages. The Empire deployed drones, trackers, and entire squads to capture him. But the Marine scout sniper was always one step ahead. Through encrypted channels, Jake transmitted critical intel back to Earth Command. information about troop movements, defense layouts, and technological capabilities. His daring escape became a beacon of hope for human forces scattered across hostile space. The Galactic Empire, stunned and embarrassed by their failure, intensified the manhunt. They branded Jake as a dangerous insurgent and offered substantial rewards for his capture, dead or alive. Yet no bounty hunter or soldier could match his cunning and skill. Legacy of a sniper Jake Morgan's story soon became legendary, inspiring countless soldiers and civilians alike. His ability to survive and strike back from captivity underscored humanity's resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The Galactic Empire learned a vital lesson: never underestimate the quiet soldier in the shadows. Marine Scout snipers were not just marksmen. They were survivalists, tacticians, and ghosts, capable of turning the tide of galactic wars with a single well-placed shot.